Thank you for joining. I'm Priya Kandasamy, Digital Marketing Specialist at Adyogi. Blessed is the season which engages us all in giving and receiving love in the form of gifts. We'll get started with the webinar shortly. In the meantime, it would be great if you can introduce yourselves in the chat section below. Without further ado, let's get started. The speaker of today's webinar is Kavya Prakash, Senior Digital Marketing Specialist, and we have three panelists, Balakrishnan, Digital Marketing Specialist, Alan Thomas, the Product Manager, and Dilraj Singh, Senior Digital Marketing Specialist from Adyogi. We will be taking up the questions after the speaker's session, so please keep sending us your questions via the Q&A button at the bottom of your screens. We will also be recording this webinar. The same will be shared with you on your registered email IDs. On your screens is the first poll for today. You have 40 seconds to lock your answer. Are you planning to scale up your ad spends during this festive season? Looks like a lot of you are planning on scaling your campaigns. Let's get started. Over to you, Kavya.
Thanks for the introduction, Priya. Can you confirm if you can hear me?
Yes, we can.
Thanks a lot. And thank you everyone for joining us today. We hope you are doing well and safe. So yes, as Priya said, it's that time of the year where the lights are going to guide us to each other. Yes, we will be excited to see you, but we will be more excited to find out what gifts or sweet that you're going to send us. That's right. We are going to talk about the festive season now. Along with the joy, there are certain things that you need to keep in mind in the digital marketing world during this time. So let's just dive right into it. Today, we will be covering on how you can make your brand ready for the festive season, what all you can do to improve the CTR, and we will also be discussing on Adyogi features which are going to help you throughout the process of equipping yourself during this time. Lastly, we will also be discussing on how can you control your CPM during this time. And as you all now voted that you are all willing to increase the budgets during the festive season. So let's just start by discussing on those features which will help us in eliminating the manual tasks and last minute hassles during the scale up. First up, it's ad scheduling. Ad scheduling feature helps in scheduling your creatives on when the ad should go live and when it should be paused. This can be done by the time you're creating the ads itself. Earlier, we used to schedule the ads on an ad set level, which brings the entire ad set to the halt, which is not convenient. And also pausing an ad set all of a sudden is not a good practice at all. And that is why this is one of my personal favorite. During a festive time, it eliminates the manual work of taking the ads at the right time, live at the right time, and pausing the ads at the right time. So let's say you're planning for a Diwali week sale and you have the sale starting from midnight of today and ends over the weekend. All you have to do is just start an end date and put an give a start date and give an end date. That's it. So if you are an existing client of Adyogi, you must already be knowing that this feature is available for you under the additional options on the ad creation page. On to the next feature that will help you on the festive time and save you a lot of time is automatic updation of customers. As you all know, during the festive times, we might have a lot of offers running on the websites, which will result in the change of the price of the products and the inventory status of the same. If we aren't updating our custom ads with the out of stock and latest price information, we can see the bounce rate that's going to go up in the product page as either the prices are not same as what the user saw in the ad or the product is out of stock. By enabling this feature, we can save a lot of manual work of updating every single custom ads that we are running. Now, during the scale-up times, CTR is the important top funnel metric which indicates the actions taken by the users after serving them with the impressions. It is really important for us to be so focusing on our CTRs. So let's just start it with the ways to do that. First up, let's discuss on overlays features. We have 5 types of overlays: brand, price, strike through, image, and frame. On your right, you can see the frame and the image overlays the example. So you can see there is a festive theme-based image that's running on the Bunai ads, and on Malmal, you can see the nice padding that's getting added up as a frame overlay. Coming back to the other overlays, brand overlay, as the name states, it's going to show the brand image above the creation, above your creators, and price overlays are going to give you the price. And strike through overlays, we can make use of that to highlight the discounted products, discounted price of the product. So we have usually noticed that the CTRs of the creatives with overlays are better than the CTRs of the normal creator. This overlays are now available in all 3 ad types. By all 3 ad types, I mean custom and catalog linked ads. You can also make use of our default festive based image overlays that we are going to give you. And now you can select 2 overlays on the catalog. Let's say you want both your brand and strike through overlays to be coming up on your creatives. That is possible on a on a catalog linked creatives. Now, this is a small example from our very own client called Nestry, who deals with the children accessories products. So on your right, you see they have revamped their brand logo, especially for the Children's Day last year, which they used. So this is a classic example of making the best use of the festive season. Let's get to it. The next feature that we are going to talk about that is going to improve your CTR is add multiple rotatable ad text, which is just ad text rotation feature. So from our experience, we have learned that updating the ad regularly saves our creatives from the ad blindness and helps us in maintaining the efficiency of the ad. This feature helps us in updating the creative automatically on a weekly basis, which we anyway recommend our clients to do. You can also create the ads with a minimum of 1 ad text and a maximum of 5. On a weekly basis, among the given number of ad text, the creatives will get updated automatically without any manual intervention. Again, if you are an Adyogi customer, this feature is available for you on the platform for all the 3 of the ad types. During this time, it's highly important for us to keep our ads fresh and running. So without a question, this is a must-use feature. Next comes the Creative Studio. First, we have a video representation of this feature. Before starting with the video, I would like to talk about uploading images in bulk and uploading the overlays as well. So every time, if you don't want to use your catalog images only for the ads, it might be difficult for you to change it every time. So there, you can use a bulk image uploader and save the creatives that you can use whenever you want. Earlier, I talked about the image overlays. Apart from the default overlays that we are going to give you, we let you use your own overlays also that you can upload in the Creative Studio section and use the same on the creatives. Now, let's just get started with the process of using the Creative Editor image. So once entering the Creative Studio, you're going to create your own template first. As you can see now, once the templates are selected, it shows the creatives, it shows the templates in the different dimensions, which means the Creative Studio gives you template on different dimensions, mainly for stories and the news feeds and the feeds. So once you're done with the selection of the template, you're going to select which product you're going to use that template for. So right after that, you will have your design ready. So this is not it. So once your designs are ready, you can actually edit, your creatives. You can edit your fonts, You can edit the color of the fonts. You can edit your images. You can put more images if you want to. So there is endless features that's available for you to play around with. And most importantly, every time when we ask for a creative, you as a marketing team, you go to the creative team for the creatives. But now you can just seek their help once and get the template created. Every time you can use the same template and then create multiple ads. I'm sure this is going to save a lot of time for you guys. Now we have our next poll, which you're going to see on the screen. Is an increase in the CPM affecting your campaigns? You have 30 seconds to answer the question. Let's see the results. All right. So it seems like almost all of us are facing the CPM issue, which is expected. And yes. Now, so without any delay, let's just get started with the topic that you all are waiting for: how to tackle the CPMs during the festive season. Firstly, the CPM is the important metric on the funnel to focus on, as it determines the impressions that the ad is going to get. Maintaining the CPM, though it's a tricky part, we have learned that as a digital marketers, we can do certain things that will bring our CPMs down. Just give me a minute. I'm just trying to put it in the full screen. Yes. All right. So the first step is consolidating the ad set, which has a similar targeting and gives you higher CPMs. So for example, let's say on a dynamic ad set, you are running all viewed one day and all added to cart one day audience as well. I mean separately, but you can consider them clubbing together so that you are strengthening your ad set, which is basically consolidating the ad sets. Secondly, check the audience size of the ad set, and we should consider opening up the targetings. Let's say for example, if you are using 1 or 3% of the lookalikes, you can go for 5 and 6% of the lookalikes. And importantly, you can remove some of the interest groups from the ad sets, which are making your persona narrow. The important thing that we can do, to get the CPM controlled, and during this festive time also to get a festive touch inside the creatives only. So let's say, for example, on Durga Puja, we can do a similar creative, and we can target the Bengali language speakers, and we can do something similar to Karwa Chauth as well in Hindi. So likewise, you have to bring a festive touch inside the ads. And the last one, the most interesting finding of us is, using the video creatives aggressively to bring down the CPMs. So basically, running a lot of video ads helps us in controlling the CPMs, as the cost of running the video ads is comparatively low than the other formats. So earlier we talked about the image studio. Now let's talk about the video creative studio. So we all know the importance of making use of the video creatives now, but we also know the difficulty that we all go through while creating one. Creative Studio is a single product video creator that helps you in creating an impressive video ad in no time. So now let's see the process of how we are going to make a single product video creator inside AdWiki platform. So first up, you're going to go to Create Studio, and then after that you have to go to single product video creator. So here, after selecting your product that you're going to go for, you can see the catalog images are already auto-feeded here. But even here, if you want, your own customized images to go up in the ad, you can, click on the edit over there, and you can upload your own creative. So once that is done, you will be choosing your template. After choosing your creatives, you can feed in the title, the description, the price, and the call to action that you wish to provide for the product. So after that, you can select an audio file, and then once the audio file is done, you just have to click on confirm and finish. Your video creative is done. So, and importantly, you have to keep in mind that single product video creators, we will land users on the product page through these creatives. All right. So during the starting of the webinar, we had a poll around scaling up the campaigns. So this is the must use feature while scaling up the campaigns. So basically, we call it as automatic budget optimization, where we give preset rules for increase and decrease of the budgets, and even that on which ROS the campaign should increase the budget or decrease the budget. And we can also select the frequency of the same. And this is done without any manual intervention. You just have to give a rule to it. This is going to make sure the higher performing campaigns is going to get the good spends, and we are increasing our budgets along with the efficiency during this time. All right, now onto the product roadmap. First up is email and push notifications. We are working on a notification system that's going to give you a regular update on what's happening in our ad accounts. Be it creative level, be it spend level, be it our ads are paused due to XYZ reason, or be it anything on an ad account level. Any notification, I mean anything that's happening in the account, you will get a notification. Second, automatic creative optimization. Just like how we are giving a preset rule to APO, we can give a preset rule to automatic creative optimization as well. So basically, for a creative, we are going to give a benchmarking ROS. Let's say if the ROS of the actual creative is less than the benchmarking that you're going to give, then it will auto pause the creative. This will help us in save a lot of spends, getting pushed to the learning ads or underperforming ads. Next, real-time ad preview. So right now, to view an ad preview, you have to create the ad and then preview the same. But right now in the platform, while creating the ad only, you can choose for which placement you want to see your ad preview, and you can do that while creating the ad only on the ad creation page. Last up, it's the new UI and UX. I'm sure if you're our customers, you have already noticed in some of the pages we have revamped and we have given the new UI and UX. But we are going to do more changes. We are going to come up with more interesting UI UX changes into the platform. So I think that's it from my side. You guys have been wonderful audience this eve. This is Kavya again, and yes, over to you, Priya.
Thanks, Kavya. That was indeed very insightful. I'm sure we all have the next steps from here. Let's see which of our upcoming features is your favorite. On your screens is the next poll. Thank you. Now our team knows which update to roll out first. The festive season is around the corner, and if you haven't planned your strategies yet, start now. In the season of giving, Adyogi has come up with a go-to festive hack blog that will help you in converting the high traffic on your e-commerce websites to high profits. The link to the same is being shared with you in the chat box. We'll now be beginning with the Q&A session, so keep your questions coming via the Q&A button at the bottom of your screens. We have three panelists: Balakrishnan, Digital Marketing Specialist; Alan Thomas, Product Manager; and Dilraj Singh, Senior Digital Marketing Specialist from Adyogi. Let's get started with the first question. How does overlay affect your performance during festive seasons? Bala, can you take this question?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Priya. Thanks for your wonderful time. Thank you, guys. It has been a great time. Thanks for your brief introduction and brief deck on how to tackle the CPM, especially Kavya. It was a great deck. Thanks for that. So, answering the question, I think overlay is one of the main feature to increase the CTR. I think Kavya gave a very brief explanation around that. And CTR is one of the top funnel metric. I think it can impact your overall marketing funnel from the top to bottom. And in the past, we have seen that the overlays can increase the CTR of a specific brand or the ads from 20 to 25%. So this additional 20 to 25% of CTR will help us to lead a lot of more users on your website. So in the past, we have seen that with one of the brand that 85% increase in their overall revenue during this festive season. So I think overlays is a very great feature, and thanks for our product team to launching it for all the smart ads and dynamic ads as well. So I think go ahead and use that, guys. And also we have an option of using the customized overlays as well. Do look out for this feature. I think that is one of the best feature which can increase your CTR. Yeah, over to you, Priya.
Thank you, Bala. The next question is, how to decide which type of overlay would be best suited for my creatives? Alan, can you take this question?
Sure, Priya. Yeah, that's a really great question. What I feel is that all the creatives which people are running out there, they just have one objective, right? The objective is to get you better conversions at least cost involved. And in the same, I guess the visual communication aspect of the creative is very important, as in what your creative is conveying to the eyeballs of the user. And deciding which overlay could be a game changer here. Now jumping onto the question, like basically to choose which overlay for my ad. I would say it will depend on what your communication is built, or communication or the creative objective is built around, right? So let's say if you want to push your brand, right? If you want to have more brand visibility, more brand recall, or in general, just let people know that you are selling this, then brand overlay would be the best one. And also, especially if your brand is popular in the target region, then it works really well. Second case would be, let's say, if you are having, if you're offering good discounts, then discount overlays or strike through overlays work really well. Third case would be, yes, your price, of course. So let's say if your selling point is your price, right? If your price is very competitive and compared with your competitors, then you should definitely use price overlays. Last is your image and frame overlays. So these overlays can help you sync with the campaign theme, right? Let's say if you're having a festive campaign, if you're running a campaign on or a sale campaign, some discount campaign, right? So these overlays work well there. And also in general, it makes it makes your creative more eye appealing, right? And see, ultimately the crux of what I would say is that you just have 2 or 3 seconds of the eyeballs of the user, right? And if your creative is able to communicate within that 2-3 seconds, I would say that creative is a success, and overlay definitely plays a very good role there. Thank you.
Thank you, Alan. Our next question is, which is a better option, single product video or multi-product video? Dilraj, can you take this question?
Yeah, thank you, Priya. So basically, the festive season is approaching, and in my opinion, it's better to use a single product video compared to the multi-product video. There are a couple of reasons for this. One is that the single product video actually lands the user directly on the product page, right? So it's like a fewer clicks for the person to reach the purchase page, the thank you page. So a shorter purchase funnel, basically. That is one of the advantages. The other, in my opinion, is it helps you focus on the product that you want to showcase in your ads, right? So In comparison to the multi-product video, what happens is you'll showcase a lot of products, probably a collection in your ads, and you land the user on the category page. Now this is the place where the problem arises, because assume that there is a product which a user liked, right? Wants to find that product, but it is probably at the lower half of the page, or probably on the second or third page. He's not able to find the product, and he's bound to drop off. So that means a loss of a probable sale. Yeah, over to you, Priya.
Thank you, Dilraj. Our next question: does the stock status and price get updated in real time? Alan, can you take this question?
Yeah, sure. So we don't update it real time. So we do it every day morning. To give you an example, let's say if a product goes out of stock today evening, so the next day morning, that's tomorrow morning, we identify that this particular stock status have changed, and then we update in the ads.
Okay. Thank you, Alan. Our next question is: what can be the reason for dipping transaction rates? Dilraj, can you take this question?
Yeah, thank you, Priya. So see, there are a couple of factors which can actually affect the transaction. The first thing which I can think of is if there is a lot of which we call in our industry, in our business, a lot of noise on your product pages, right? If someone lands on a product page, and there are links on the page which can actually lead to say your Instagram page or your Facebook page. Also, sometimes we have seen that because a lot of customizations are available on platforms like Shopify, a lot of clients tend to have a lot of like chat features or WhatsApp features on their product page. So what happens here is that once a person is added to cart, right, the flow should be simple, basically 3 clicks, and he should be able to purchase. Now if a person adds to cart and he finds a lot of links here on the checkout page, that is one deviation. Clicking on that, probably an Instagram page link will take him to your page. He'll kind of start surfing, and the whole focus will. So that is one thing. The other can be definitely checking the payment page. This is one of the prominent reasons that I found with the clients that work with us. There are a lot of payment providers in the market, right? So you need to choose them carefully. Probably like you can implement 2 payment page providers on your payment info page, and you can see which works better for you. So in my opinion, that is another reason. Like probably the whole interface of that payment provider is slow, and the people are not able to kind of complete the payments. This can be another reason.
Okay.
Over to you, Priya.
Thank you, Dilraj. Our next question is: how many products should we show in ads? Bala, can you take this question?
Yeah, sure. So I think during the festive season, we used to promote all the high value products so that people tend to buy a lot of products. And also in case of custom ads, there is a lot of option to select more than 10 products. So ideally, I would recommend to go with the maximum limit, which is a 10 products in case of custom ads. And also we have to think of promoting the smart ads, which is linked to your catalog, where you can attach more than 10 products, and you can give a variety of products to the users. Let's say if you're a seller who is selling different ranges of products, then probably you can give a variety to the users where they can pick the product which they are interested in and end up buying the one which they want, the color variant and everything. So the more offer you make, I mean, to the customer, to the users, it will be better. And just make sure that you land them on the product page and not land them on a category page by confusing them to find the product which they saw on the ad. So the rule of thumb should be always land them on a product page and not in the category page. So I think we have to go with multiple products, at least like 10 products. Yeah, over to Priya.
Thank you, Bala. Our next question: what are the things I should keep in mind while uploading a custom overlay in the platform? Alan, can you take this question?
Sure, Priya. So there are a few best practices to be followed here. Obviously, starting with the resolution of the image which you are uploading. So make sure that the resolution is good. Second thing could be make sure it's copyright free, right? So this is a very important point. Just don't Google and then download any overlay and use it in your ads, because when you use an image or an overlay in your ad, it comes under the purview of commercial use, right? So just to don't just not get into any unwanted troubles. Let's not copy anything which is which got copyright on it. Always go for copyright free images, or get your overlays from your design team, or obviously you can use overlays from the Adobe platform. Another thing would be the text limitation. Make sure that there are not a lot of text in the overlay, right? So also recently it's been in the news that Facebook is going to remove the 20% ad text rule. Sorry, 20% text rule. So in that case, we are good there. And the last point would be just make sure that your frame overlay is not overlapping with your product image, right? So quite often we have seen that your frame more or less covers the entire creative, and then it overlaps with your product. So we should take care of that as well. That's it. Yeah.
Thank you, Alan. The next question is, should I offer discounts during this festive season just because all the other brands are doing so? Dilraj, can you take this question?
So see, it's in my opinion, it's always a good option to offer discounts. But the thing that should be kept in mind foremost is probably it's kind of a business call, right? Uh, so I can probably start with saying that if you feel that you'll be able to offer discounts and still be able to keep that margin on the cost, that is a good option. Uh, so we see that a lot of majority of our clients do offer discounts during the festive season because if I can say that is like grabbing more, say, eyeballs in the industry, probably showcasing discounts also helps you like improve your CTR rates. That is one way of maybe directing the audience to your website. And once the user is on your website, he's obviously going to serve the website, so see 2-3 products and probably choose the one which he likes. uh, the other advantage of probably using discounts is that India in a broader term is a discount driven market, right? Even if you kind of offer a 10% or 20% discount, it's bound to improve your sales by at least, I can say, at least about, if not more, probably by a 5 or 10%. It's always a good option to offer discounts. Obviously everyone should try that, especially because it's festive season right now. What do you, Priya?
Thank you, Dilraj. Our next question, how often do we have to update the ads? Bala, can you take this question?
Yeah, thanks, Priya. I think updating the ads is a very necessary thing, and even in the product roadmap, we saw a couple of automatic creative updation as the most requested feature. So I think product team will be start working on this. And what I can say is we are working on the auto rotate feature. So probably that also enables different ad text every day, so that it will help us to remove the ad blindness slightly. But again, coming from the creative standpoint, you have to update your ads at least 3 days or 4 days once. And being in a festive season, you have to be very aggressive in pushing a lot of ads and updating it very often, so that you don't go for ad blindness. And coming to the story ads, which I have to mention especially, let's say if you're running a feed ad, you'll be having a lot of placement options to run the ads. But let's say in case of stories, it will be sticking to a one story placement. So in this case, I would strongly recommend to update the ad at least uh, once in 2 days. And we also have a automatic story rotate feature, where you can add 10 images as a whole, and the platform itself will change the every three products every 3 days. So that is the best feature which you can use. So I think 3 days will be the exact timing where you have to update your creatives. Over to you, Priya.
Thank you, Bala. Next question, I think Alan, you'll be the best person to answer this. How will real-time ad preview add value?
Yeah, so obviously, uh, when someone is creating, or basically if you and I or anyone is creating a creative, we want to get the look and feel of how it's gonna be when the actual user is looking at it, right? So in that perspective, I guess, and this is one of the most requested feature. It's been there in our backlog for quite now, and then we'll be prioritizing it soon. I guess yeah, so that's the main thing here. So everyone who's creating or who's working upon things want to know how the final consumer or how the final user is gonna consume it, right? So it makes a lot of sense to see and get the look and feel of it right away when you're doing it.
Our next question is, can we do slideshows instead of videos? Is that recommended? Bala, can you take this question?
Yeah, I think we can try both slideshows and videos because both are two different parts. Having said that, it's just the frames which is changing there. But we got some data from the Intel team saying that in during this pandemic, the people who are spending time on Facebook started watching a lot of videos, and the time spent in Facebook watching videos with sound has been increased. So with these stats, I would always recommend to go with a video ad along with sound, and also with different linguistic languages as well, because that will also help you in targeting different segments. And the slideshow ads are always better to have a good CTR and also to have a higher landing page views. But over that, I would always recommend a video ad with sound, which creates the curiosity for the people to click on the ad. Over to
Thank
you,
you,
Priya.
Bala. The next question is, what type of ad formats work best during this festive season? Dilraj, can you take this question?
Yeah, sure, Priya. So, in my opinion, the two ad formats which are a straight hit are video and carousels. Uh, I'll probably go one by one with detail. So, why video ads? Because Kavya, like he's already told in the previous slides, that the CPMs are going to rise during the festive season. We have already seen the CPMs rising, say about 20-30% in most of our clients, right? So the best way to lower the CPMs are to use video ads. Like Bala mentioned, that see, the consumption in the festive season will be higher, right? Videos are the best way to lower your CPMs. They probably help you focus on one product. You can showcase all the features of that product. That is one thing. The other thing is that the engagement rate is very high with video ads. uh, the consumption being high, the engagement rate being high, you will be having a higher CTR on the video ads, which means that a high number of people, a larger number of people will be landing on your website, which also will lead to a probable higher number of sales during this season. Why I say carousel? Because carousel is one of the most powerful formats according to me. You have the option of showing 10 cards, 10 different products in one ad. So you can probably have a collection, say a collection in a ad, which lands to a different on its specific product pages. That is one of the most, that to land people directly on the product page and make the purchase funnel shorter. The other thing with carousel is that with the help of overlays, which Adyogi has, price brand overlays, you can increase your brand recall value. You can showcase strike-through prices, offer discounts, show discount overlays, and all this together, it becomes one of the most strongest formats, probably during this season. Yeah. Over to you, Priya.
Thank you, Dilraj. Our next question, will removing automatic out of stock products impact my performance in the long run? Bala, can you take this question?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Priya. It's an interesting question. I think removing the out of stock products in the short run is obviously the helpful feature, because let's say you're creating a custom ad with like top selling products, and you're having like 10 cards, all 10 are top selling. And in festive season, obviously you'll be spending a lot of budget into that specific ads, and the inventory level might not be similar for all the brands. For some brands, it might end up soon. So in that cases, let's say if your 5 of your products is going out of stock, then obviously it should be removed from your ads. So that's what the feature helps us to remove it. But in case of long run, it's not a very good idea to continue with the just testing on this feature, because as mentioned earlier, I have already recommended to update your ads every 3 days. So it's always better to have a look in your ads every time and just check whether the out of stock products are removed and is replaced with the right products. Let's say if you're having a top selling products of 10, and out of that 5 products go out of stock, the ad will be running with other 5 products. That's not a great idea. Where you can replace those 5 out of stock products with more number of cards with your top selling products again, which are in stock. So I think in long run it's not a great feature, but in short run it will help you a lot. So always try updating your ads very frequently. Yeah, over to you, Priya.
Thank you, Bala. Our next question is, which ad performs better based on the placement, story or feed? Dilraj, can you take this question?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question. So, according to me, the consumption of story ads is like a lot more than the feed. The reason for this is lot of people have actually like the millennials have actually shifted to Instagram, right? Even Facebook had some time back launched its story placement, right? So Facebook did acknowledge that yes, people actually would like to prefer seeing shorter videos, say about 10-12 second videos, lead to higher consumption, probably higher engagement, and that would also mean that a lot of new traffic is also coming on your website, which can be actually remarketed, right? So yeah, according to me, serving ads on Instagram story placements or even story placements is a better option than feed. Yeah.
Thank you, Dilraj. How are Facebook ad campaigns different from other platforms? Bala, can you take this question?
Yeah, thanks, Priya. So I think Facebook is very developed network where you get a lot of insights and robustic reporting features. And I think when comparing with other platforms, always FB stands in front. But having said that, each platform has its unique set of advantages. Let's say when you run for Facebook, you get a lot of prospect traffic, and the remarketing is very exceptional in the case of Facebook. But when it comes to Google, it's very good in bringing in the intent traffic into the site. And let's say if you're going to some other OTT platform, it's good for branding and other stuff. But I would always uh, I would always recommend to check the pros and cons of each platform and just fix your mind on like what actually you're looking forward. Let's say if you're looking forward just for performance motive, then obviously you have to choose the platforms which gives you the best outcome out of it. And let's say if you're just going for a branding or other stuff, then probably you have to look out for a different platform apart from the performance. So overall, I think each platform has its pros and cons. So I think Facebook is better in remarketing, and we cannot beat anything with the AI of Facebook in that. And in Google, it's very intent traffic oriented. So I think it has to be a wise call to choose the platforms on our requirements. Over to you, Priya.
Thank you, Bala. Our next question is, what is the ideal add to cart to final transaction ratio, both in compared to the organic and to the paid ads? Does the two have to be different in respect to the ratios? Dilraj, can you take this question?
Yeah. So based on the industry standard, the add to cart to purchase ratio, which is also known as a transaction rate, we have seen it somewhere between 15 to 20%. That is the industry benchmark. Now this can definitely vary based on the industry from which the brand is serving, but typically we have seen it above 15%. I would say uh, the transaction rate through paid ads or organic should be more or less the same. Now this actually depends on from where the traffic is coming. If you are probably serving your ads something on a platform like Google, from which intent traffic comes, you can see an increase of say about 5%. But typically it should not be more than that. So if I compare Facebook and Google, the transaction rate should not differ more than 5%. So that is probably the most which can come from Google. But yeah, organic or paid, the transaction rate should be above 15%. That is the industry benchmark.
Thank you, Dilraj. So that was the final question of this webinar. Thank you so much, panelists. A recording of this webinar will be shared with you in a couple of days. If you missed out on anything, you'll be able to revisit the webinar. All the questions that aren't answered will be replied over your registered email IDs. Should you wish to get in touch with the Adyogi team and are an existing client, please reach out to your account managers directly. If you wish to have a product demo, use the contact details provided to you in the chat just now. I'd like to thank the entire team for organizing this webinar and also the attendees for making this webinar an interactive one. Have an amazing festive season ahead. Happy selling and keep growing.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.